We didn't pick who was supposed to start.
I realized that once I did it, I was like, all right, well, one of us is going to start talking and
Nope.
it's Jill.
Nope. That's not how any of this works.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. As you can see, we're short-staffed today.
Welcome to Happy Hour.
Welcome to Happy Hour with Jill and Brian.
That's this one, right? Okay.
No, Molly is out. Molly is out on PTO today.
Yeah.
She's hurting, so she's taking a little time off. Jake is filming something and will be here shortly. So I promise this won't be entirely a circus for the entire time. But for the meantime, it'll be a circus.
You get to listen to us talk.
You get to listen to us talk about.
Will we stay on topic? Will we not stay on topic?
No, we know, and we're not gonna. We know the answer to that. That's not how any of this works.
Yeah. I'm sitting here eating the first thing I've eaten since like noon because I've had parent-teacher conferences.
Gross.
And have you ever had these from Trader Joe?
So I can't go into Trader Joe's because I get very overwhelmed and like
that's how I am with Costco.
See, I can do Costco. I think I don't have a problem because Costco is bigger. But like my Trader Joe's is so tiny and the parking lot sucks and like I get so overwhelmed and I'm like I don't know what to focus on and it's not a good time. So I'm like I can't even I want to peruse, but I literally can't because I'm like I gotta go.
My Trader Joe's is the same. It's not even a mile. Actually, I think it's exactly a mile away. And there's like 12 parking spots.
Yeah.
And it's like 1,200 people in there at one time. It
feels like Hunger Games for a parking spot.
Oh, 100%. Well, I park like across the street at some other place and walk across. I'm like, I don't know why you guys don't realize this sooner. But anyways, the whole tangent is I love these, except they are deceiving in you don't realize how many that you have.
They're tiny.
Yes, they're very tiny and they're thin too. So, and I like
that'll get you.
Yeah. So they're just sneaking up on me. And I just realized I probably had like 30 of them. But
where I did go the other day for the first time, ever, I went to a Whole Foods for the first time ever in my life.
I don't even try. That place is expensive.
It's expensive, but so I was looking, I needed orzo, and like none of my other grocery stores had orzo. And I'm like, okay, I know for a fact Whole Foods will have orzo, which they did. It's like, it's tiny pasta, which they had it. But there's also a bar in our Whole Foods.
Oh.
Like a bar brewery where it literally looks like they're brewing, like they're making their own beer. And I was very intrigued. And so then I found myself just like kind of wandering around. Like I would never buy anything from there unless I was specifically getting like a specific fish or like a nice cut of meat or something. But like, oh, thank you, Sean. That orzo, I worked really hard on that. I didn't really work. It was actually really easy. TikTok.
No, 100%. No. Won't do Whole Foods. Too cheap for Whole Foods.
What they used to call it whole paycheck.
I believe it.
Yeah. But I was very intrigued to check out their bar.
That I've never heard of a bar in it. Yeah. My Safeway at my mom's in the Bay Area has a full sushi bar.
That's like our Gelson's. Well, Gelson's is the super fancy grocery store in LA. They have like a sushi bar.
Erewhon is your new fancy one.
Oh, wow.
Have you heard of this?
No.
Erewhon. Abby sent me videos. It's called Erewhon, and it's like they do like smooth. They've got like a little like Jamba Juice thing inside it.
Ooh,
and they charge like $24 for like a smoothie that's smaller than this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
no. But I'm very intrigued to check out the Whole Foods bar. So anyone in the chat, if if your local Whole Foods has a bar and you've been to it, let me know how it was, because I might check it out just because I want to see what that's all about.
There's a couple things people have said in the chat that I fully relate to, mainly Geo. I actually did that at work last Thursday.
For the
Didn't even realize I was done with it until I.
for the audio listeners, I need to read it, Brian.
Oh yeah, sorry, I always forget this. Gio said I ate a whole box of Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies this weekend. Oof.
Yeah, that was me.
There's no oofs here.
That was me. Well, Sean called me out on it because I was at work and he was home and he texts me and he goes, "Did you eat all of the tagalongs?" And I was like, maybe. Why?
Was the next text message, "Do you want to get married?"
And I was like, the Thin Mints are still in the cupboard, and then I ate all the Thin Mints.
Those are probably my two favorites. Samoas aren't bad.
I like Samoas.
I know Jake is a huge Samoa person.
I like Samoas. They're in my top 5, I would say, in Girl Scout cookies. But real quick, Mike K, there is Whole Foods on the East Coast because that's where they go shopping on Top Chef. They go to Whole Foods.
Oh, that's fair.
That's how I knew that they'd have orzo, because I was like, if they shop there for Top Chef, they're gonna have all the ingredients I need.
That makes actually a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
I love how much conversation is going on in the chat. Like,
we're talking about food, Brian. It's what
I know. But yeah, no, I won't do a Whole Foods. Trader Joe's is like my newest. I didn't realize it wasn't as expensive as it seems.
There's you can get some really inexpensive stuff at Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah, Chuck, I think you were the ones that you might have said it earlier that their orange chicken is the greatest.
Yes, I've heard their orange chicken bomb.
150%. Oh yes, there we go. Chuck said Trader Joe's orange chicken is crack. It is. I love it.
Yeah. I wish I shopped there more, but I just can't. I can't last more than 10 minutes in there. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
Make someone else do it for you.
I mean, yeah, but like I like hungry shopping. I like shopping when I'm hungry.
Oh, that is the worst.
I know it's dangerous, but that's how I get like food that I will like, oh, look at these things I want to try. And I get all the things. Like I want to do that at TJ's.
That's fair. That's
you know. But exciting news that is not food related. Well, kind of food related because it has to do with a future event, which will be involving food. But I finally booked venue tours for our wedding.
Yay! Hey. Whoa! Any of them in Northern California?
No.
Ah, boo.
The farthest north we're going is Ventura County, which is north of LA.
Wonder if I should drive to your wedding when that happens, or if I should fly.
Do whatever you're more comfortable with.
I'm just wondering because then I can have my own car and I get to just go wherever the frick I want.
I mean, you're gonna go where everybody else is going. So.
Not every day.
Where would you go that other people wouldn't go?
Disneyland.
And you don't think that other people are gonna want to go to Disneyland? Bitch, I have a pass. If you want to go to Disneyland, I'll go to Disneyland.
Yumo, it's gonna be like your turn for when.
No, you act like I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna be doing the shit. I'm gonna be doing the things.
When it was Jake's wedding, everyone went out, and it was just.
I will be there. I will be going out.
Yeah, well,
because here's the thing: if I'm not there, Molly won't be there either. So.
No.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying.
Then it'll just turn into a boys.
Then it's a boys trip. A boys trip and Gabby.
Ooh, and Gabby. That's fair. So then half and half.
But
that'd be fun. I don't know.
But no, I'll be there. Trust, I'll be there.
That's fine. Who knows? Maybe we'll just stay the whole entire week and then finish.
Do it. There's so much crap.
Your wedding is the Grand Pumbaa finale.
Do it.
So, speaking of Disney, Billy's been making me freaking jealous all like
Because he's at Disney
the
World.
last week because he went to Disney World. I was vicariously living through what he was doing.
I want to go to Disney World again
I know,
so bad.
especially Epcot. That was what, yeah.
Oh, hold on, Billy. By the way, Rogers the Musical, I learned about it thanks to you, Jill. Funny enough, the friends that work at Disney World heard about the rumor for a while. See, same, Billy. Apparently, my sister's best friend has been working on it for months, and my sister's known about it for months. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I had to keep that secret from you." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks."
It was like one of the like best worst kept secrets. Like what the second it happened and people started freaking out, it was like you knew that was going to be.
You knew it was going to happen
eventually,
yeah.
and then it's like it just came out of nowhere that you were like, okay, there it is. So
but I'm so glad it is. It's going to be so dumb and so stupid, and I'm going to love every second of it.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, no, we have so many things we have to plan. Your wedding, Tahoe, Epcot, Dragon Con.
I'm pretty sure I'm going up north to you guys for my bachelorette. So we're gonna have to do some shit.
I'm trying to think anything else. I don't know. That's all I can think of.
A lot.
There's a lot.
If you're planning Dragon Con, you need to text my fiance because I told him he's responsible.
I'm the one that convinced you guys to go to Dragon Con, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, because I said, well, we have to pay for a wedding, and he was like, yeah, but I want to go. I was like, okay, then you get to plan it. so talk to him.
Okay, then fair. That's
I
fine.
am not responsible for if we don't go. It's because I'm not planning it.
Australia, yeah, okay, Andy. Maybe one time. What I mean, don't tempt me with a good time. I would love to do that.
Gio, I am getting married next fall, 2024. So we still got time.
I would wonder how long I would last before some type of dangerous thing crosses paths with me in Australia, and I'm just like,
oh, done. Well, that's only if you're like in Sydney, you're fine.
Bull crap! I've seen like spider videos of people just in their house in the middle of like their apartment.
In Sydney, or like in the middle of like the outback.
I don't know, but I need to bring a flamethrower or something to. I don't know. No. I'm on the next plane out of there if I see one of those spiders just chilling in my wherever I am.
No.
Nope. Next plane out. Absolutely not.
I'm gonna swim back home. Just gonna
fly. So yeah. No. We gotta. Yeah, we have to do Disney at some. Oh wait, I might be going to LA in May, so maybe.
When are you going to LA in May? Because I'm in Colorado in May.
Oop. The first or second week. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm
in Colorado the 11th to the 14th. Are you coming down for Memorial Day weekend?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's someone's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I don't know when it is, though.
I don't know.
I can't remember. But yeah. Curtis, okay. He said I'm more scared of the kangaroos than the spiders.
Kangaroos are...
Yeah. But, like, here's my thing.
Kangaroos
I'm not going to be like
a fish.
Yeah, I'm not going to lift up a toilet seat and there be
a
kangaroo underneath it. At least I hope not.
Could you imagine?
Spider, on the other hand, could just be like, surprise. And then I'm just done.
Hello. So, I live here now.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Should we start talking about topics so that Jake's not bombarded with just like, we haven't talked about anything?
Sure. We can talk about, you want to start with Pokemon?
Yeah, we can start with Pokemon. So it's been announced that they are making a Detective Pikachu 2, which, see, I liked the first one. I really liked the first one. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Continue what you're saying before I...
No, I thought it was fun. Thought it was fun. I thought it was super cute. But, like, spoiler alert, but doesn't he, like, die at the end?
No, he comes back to life.
Or he comes back to life and he's not Pikachu anymore. So like, how does he become Pikachu again? Is it another Pikachu?
Listen, I liked Detective Pikachu. Great. I want an actual like trainer story. It doesn't even need to be Ash.
It shouldn't be Ash. If we have a trainer story, it shouldn't be Ash because we've had 25 years of Ash.
Yes. Give me something else.
I
need a Pokemon trainer, not a kids detectives Pikachu or whatever. I need to see what the actual thing is like the whole world of Pokemon. I mean, yes, I get it. There's different things. Not everyone's a Pokemon trainer. Great, cool. But the main thing that everyone knows about is the Pokemon trainers.
Well, to be fair, Pokemon the company is not the best when it comes to their IP usage because, like we've talked about before, their games are kind of trash. Like as of late, like
I mean, again, I get it. I think the problem lies with how they do a Pokemon trainer movie, because if they are going to do it a la 8 gym badges in the Elite Four, that's going to take some time.
Well, with what Gio said, what if they have the son be the trainer?
Whose son?
The Ryan Reynolds' son.
See, I didn't like him that much.
Oh, he was cute.
I don't know. He just didn't do it for me. I'd honestly rather see Catherine Newton's character again than him. It's just I don't think anyone. I don't think they'll ever do Ash, which I'm fine with.
They shouldn't do Ash.
Yeah,
personally don't. It's been Ash for 25 years. They finally retired Ash.
Yeah. So I don't know. Chuck, did the universe have battling banned?
I need to watch it again.
I don't think it had it banned. They just had an underground like fight club,
which means banned, which means probably not legal.
Yes. I don't know, but I just want to see, and I don't know how you do. I mean, if you're going to do a trainer thing, do it in the vein of it needs to be a TV show. If you're going to do the trainer thing.
They already have a TV show.
I meant like live action.
Oh, I'm like, they've had a TV show. They've had multiple variations. Welcome back.
So
just threw me in. Goodness.
Yeah,
hello,
hi.
Everybody.
Hi.
Sorry for the tardiness. I apologize.
We kind of went off the rails at the beginning. We were talking about food.
I mean, that's usual here. I don't know why my camera's all jacked up all of a sudden, though.
I mean,
there you go.
We got most of the food stuff out.
Now I'm just hungry.
But I mean, was Detective Pikachu good? Yeah, it was.
I liked it.
It was cute. It was funny, but I don't need it again. I need something different. Give me some. That world is so big. Billy said, "Pokemon Snap." Fine, great. Do a Pokemon photographer. Do a researcher. I mean, there's so many things you can do. Don't just stick to one thing. Like, it's just, it still blows my mind to this day that the only live action thing we have is this one movie.
Yeah.
Like, you're one of the biggest companies and franchises.
Yeah. It's one of the biggest IPs in the world.
Ever.
Yeah.
And you have one movie, live action movie.
Yeah.
And now you're going to do another one of the same character. Like, I don't know. Pokemon's my jam. I don't get it. I don't get it. personally. And the movie didn't even get. I mean, did it make that much money?
Clearly, if they're going to make a sequel.
But it took them a lot. It only made box office 433.
How much did it cost to make?
But it all depends on the budget.
Yeah.
150.
So
That's a big profit.
That's a big profit. That's $200 million in profit.
I guess. It just wasn't. I mean, it wasn't received that amazing.
Pokemon's never going to make $1 billion.
No.
I'm not saying to make $1 billion. I thought they made at least over 500 from that movie alone, just Pokemon, the title. But I don't know. That's just me. I'm being a salty Sally. Sean, did I fill out the favorite Pokemon spreadsheet? I was so mad. I did about 75% of it, and I was swiping up, and when I swiped up to close my apps, it got rid of it.
Womp.
After I spent 45 minutes on it, I wasn't happy.
Womp womp.
Continue with your thoughts before I start going on other tangents.
Jake, what are your thoughts?
So just real quick, I want to, because I put it on Twitter when the news was announced that that I don't think that this sequel should happen, in the sense of I don't want to see another Detective Pikachu movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I specifically said where's our Ash movie? And I just want to clarify, yes, I put Ash in the center of it. I was more so talking about where's our battling movie. That's what I want.
That's Brian's train too.
Yeah, and I understand wanting to see a little bit more of the Detective Pikachu side of it, which is fine. I didn't love that world as much as I wanted to. I liked it. I thought it was fine. It wasn't as exciting as I wanted it to be, and maybe that it was just the direction they were going. And it kind of almost felt like a setup movie as well. It was the movie before the movie at times, especially with that ending. But yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think that it has to be Ash, and we can have the conversation on whether it should be or shouldn't be. I just think that a battling movie is we have this long running franchise, and whether it's a battling movie of getting badges and going to gyms, or just battling, and going around, or seeing a kid adventure through the wild and running into some kind of obstacle that he kind of has to help, or whatever, I think that's just what I mean. That's what I want to see personally. I don't know what kind of story they would have for it. I know that it's based on a game and stuff, but
who I would want to see a movie based on, who's not Ash? Sabrina, the gym leader.
Oh, there you go. Oh, is that 8? Who's that? No, what number gym is she?
She's the ghost one. She's
she's 6
child.
or something. Yeah.
Give me that.
No, movie. Honestly, why not see why not put the focus on one of the gym leaders, and you see their rise to becoming a gym leader.
Yeah.
Something like that. That would be cool. Where not so much of someone going through the gyms and then going to the Final Four, but
give me Professor Oak movie. Fuck.
Yeah, that anything, just somewhere you see maybe him do the Professor Oak stuff, or you see Misty, how she becomes the gym leader of 2, that type of stuff. That would be interesting, because you're still seeing the battling, but there's a storyline there. Or something like Bill. What about Professor Bill, about all of his scientific stuff that he does with DNA and all that type of stuff? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just don't understand why we need to go back to the same trope in such a big.
I'm not sorry. I wasn't specifically meaning those exact characters. I meant just it doesn't have to be Brock or Sabrina.
But you want the Pokemon trainer aspect.
Yeah, why not create a brand new character that we've never met before? You can throw it in the original world. You can throw it in the world, the first 2 worlds. You can throw it in a completely brand new world that we've never met before.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as there's battling and train, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
I want that, obviously. I would really not mind seeing a researcher type movie.
That's what I was kind of mentioning about the Bill thing, kind of just going around the
I mean, I think you could easily get away with Pokemon researcher trying to find the lost temple of God knows what. The
I was gonna say
unknown.
there's Pokemon archaeologists. Give us a freaking
Yeah.
Indiana Jones style
That's what I mean.
Pokemon movie.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to do it. Here's the thing. I don't think they're ever going to do anything that's battling, because what I noticed from the last
Because
movie,
PETA's gonna come after them.
no, well, maybe, but they are not. They are afraid to show Pokemon hurting other Pokemon in live
Well, that's
action.
what she's saying about PETA. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
I
But
get
I mean, PETA's not going to actually come after fake anime.
But there's ways to kind of like, there's ways to do that where
I don't know. They really shied away.
I like how we can do Hunger Games where we see kids killing kids, but God forbid we do Pokemon.
I don't think that
there's much worse stuff out there.
Oh, 100%. But you also have to think about what they're going after. My two good friend coworkers both have kids that one has 3 kids, one has 2. All 5 of them combined obsessed with Pokemon right now. What are they? All under the age of 5.
All generations. Like my cousins when they were younger were totally into Pokemon. It's
but
like
Pokemon's doing like a huge like resurgence with the young, like little like. So I don't think I would be. I mean,
if they're gonna kill Dobby, then they can do Pokemon.
They're gonna kill Dobby. R.I.P.
Pokemon just seems like they're afraid to actually do the battling stuff. Why else has it taken them so long? And now they're doing another movie where there isn't going to be probably battling involved.
Well, we also know that there's rights involved. Like, I don't think Pokemon is an easy as a franchise to create, because certain rights lie probably everywhere, especially when it comes to like movies and television. It's probably a pretty complicated franchise. Like Warner Brothers doesn't own the rights to everything. It's very similar to like the I'm not going to say exactly, but Harry Potter, right? Everything has to go through JK, and that's how Star Wars was until George Lucas sold it.
Legendary Pictures owns the rights to Pokemon's movies.
Okay, so and Legendary makes movies with Warner Bros. And they also don't make movies with Warner Brothers. So it's probably a pretty complicated process. I don't know. I mean, Billy said it. Chuck saying it. Nintendo can be pretty crazy with their IPs sometimes. So,
I just think
and that's all video game properties. Like, look at The Last of Us. The Last of Us took 10 years to come to the big screen, or just the screen in general.
Yeah, but Pokemon's been around we're almost at 30 years, and we have.
Yeah, but we can say that about a lot of big video games.
Mario's only had 2 movies. Well, 1 technically so far.
Not because they made a trash heap so bad.
Hey, we don't disrespect that film. I like adore that movie.
I mean,
is it? Wait, I completely could be completely way off base here, but is Hogwarts Legacy the first Harry Potter game?
Yeah,
video game for a plat. No, because they did the movies.
They did like the first 5.
No, they did every single film had a video game adaptation.
I'm pretty sure they stopped at a certain point. I don't think they did Deathly Hallows at all.
Oh,
I think they got to like 5 and then stopped.
But those were like on Xbox and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They were very, very old.
Yeah, okay. But it's still, this one was the first like open world.
Okay.
Original story.
It was basically,
which makes like, I was just curious if that was a franchise that we could like kind of tie it into, but no, never mind.
Oh, Chuck, you're right. They had that Quidditch game too.
I did play that one. That one was fun.
Oh, and they had the Lego games. That's right.
The
I know.
Legos,
They had the Lego ones. That's right.
But like, as far as like what people actually wanted, the Legacy one is. Billy, you told me you weren't going to play it.
I just think that I think that either way, look, if the movie, if it goes in a great direction, I'm all for it. Before I popped in, Brian was talking about it. I would much rather see, now that she's a bigger star than she was 4 years ago, Catherine Newton as the focus. I know that's not.
That's what I said.
that's not the direction that they would go, because obviously Justice Smith, I believe is his name, is the son of Ryan Reynolds, and that's kind of a whole thing that ties into it. Unless you had a different Detective Pikachu, which is just weird.
What if it's
Anyway,
like Detective Charmander?
I'm all for it. Hey, I'm all
That's
for
a
it.
different detective.
I'm all for it. Detective Raichu. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be open for it, but I will just say it. It's not the direction I want it to go. Like, I'd much rather see a different type of movie.
This is what Jake wants, is where to go. There was a super chat.
Oh yeah.
So what we really want is the Rocky of Pokemon movies.
100%. 100%.
Sure, do
Thank you, Mike.
Hitmonchan versus Hitmonlee movie.
Just give me a full on, Mike K, even better comparison. Give me the real Steel of Pokemon movies.
Isn't that just a trainer battle movie? I've never seen real.
Exactly.
So.
It's basically like a boxing league, and you take robots around to different fights, and you battle them, and you can do that with Pokemon. Like, what if there's like a fighting league, like a fighting league of Pokemon? Not so much going around like gyms and getting
Just do a Pokemon tournament.
You can do sure. Do a tournament.
They have tournaments where it's
you can do a tournament. Sure, do a tournament. There you go. Yeah. But yeah, basically do like the real Steel of Pokemon. Like, that would be fire. And no characters we've ever met before. Just a character who wants to enter. He has Pokemon and he's battling out. Very much like Star Wars. Needs to do the same thing with pod racing. I digress.
Oh, I want a pod racing movie so bad.
I hate to bring it up again, but I digress.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, I roll my eyes when I see Pokemon make certain decisions. A lot of decisions.
A lot of their decisions are not the...
Yeah. It's just like, why? Like, I don't know. Don't ask me. I think it's also interesting that they waited, it's been 3 years, almost 4.
Well, also keep in mind there was 2 years of COVID, so.
Oh, that's fair. I forgot about that. I don't know. That's just me. Just do different things. That's just, I think, the thing that bothers me the most. You have a ginormous world you could play with. Why are you doing the same thing? Do something different.
I was gonna use that as a segue. Speaking of, let's do something different. We're getting a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Jill's host is just brilliant. I love it.
It actually looks really fun.
It looks so much fun.
It looks fun.
I love that they're younger. They're like really
I was gonna
young.
say they're like actual like
they're full on teenagers. They're like they feel like they're 12, 13 years old in like human years.
They're probably 15.
Yeah, they definitely are much younger than we've seen in like previous Turtle movies.
It looks so good. Is it the same company that did Into the Spider-Verse? Because the art style looks the same.
It's not the same company, but they're very much taking inspiration. Which I love.
That's a bad thing because it looks
not at all. I think it's brilliant to do that. This is the type of property that you can definitely do that with. I think that it's funny right now. It kind of has like a very similar reaction to what Spider-Verse did when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
I know why Jill likes it so much. Guess who directed it?
Directed what?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja, this movie.
I thought it was Seth Rogen.
No, he's a producer.
Oh.
It's the guy that directed The Mitchells versus the Machines.
Never saw
it. I swear you were one of the ones that freaked out and loved it.
No. I've been told I would love it. I've been told it's amazing. I've never seen it.
Who am I thinking of then?
But that means it's going to be good because that movie got a lot of love.
Yeah, so I think that it's getting a little bit of a different reaction than I think what we'll feel about when it comes out. Remember when Spider-Verse's trailer first came out, everyone was like, this looks stupid. I don't like the animation. Is this really going to work? And then it comes out, and obviously it's one of the greatest comic book movies to ever exist.
Best Spider-Man film.
And I'm not saying that this is going to get to that point, but I think that it will be a lot more loved when you see it kind of in its just full. When you see the full picture out in front of you and everything kind of operating together, I think you'll be able to appreciate it a little bit more than just in a trailer format.
Yeah.
I love the cast. I think the cast is
Cast is
brilliant. There's so much good talent in there. Yeah, I'm all for it. I think it looks a lot of fun. Jackie Chan as Splinter is incredible.
Oh, you can't. That's like. I feel like that's just like casting. Like, of
Mhm.
course, he's Splinter.
Mm-hmm.
But
100%.
Seth Rogen, you can tell, is a huge TMNT fan. So it's definitely gonna be a passion project of his. So when it comes to stuff like that, where like the people that are putting the money into it actually love the IP that they're working on, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So
I
think it looks fun.
I love the way it looks. It looks super weird.
In the best way.
In the best way. I had no idea this movie was coming.
I didn't either until they like released the cast list like a week ago.
Yeah, it was basically announced like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, had no idea that this was coming. I was like, oh, we're doing another live action, and then it wasn't. And I was like, oh, okay. The cast is freaking stacked.
Yeah.
Stacked. I don't know the kids as much. Jackie Chan is Splinter. Seth Rogen Bebop. John Cena Rocksteady. Hannibal Buress. Rose Byrne. Ice Cube. Post Malone. Paul Rudd. Maya Rudolph. Giancarlo Esposito. Like, it just keeps going.
I hope Rob Paulson has some kind of cameo. He's done the voice of, I believe he was Leo and Donatello, I believe, for like the new iteration and like the OG animation of TMNT. So I hope he gets some kind of cameo role in it. But yeah, the cast is so freaking good.
I just love it because, like, as much as I want to see things as live action, like, Weeder's talking about Pokemon and there's other stuff that I would love to see as live action. Some things just work much better as animation.
Mm-hmm.
And Ninja Turtles is one of those things.
Yeah.
Like, it just, like, I would love to see an absolutely kick-ass Ninja Turtles live action movie one day. And, I think that there were bits of the last two that were okay, but for the most part, they were not very good.
Mm-hmm.
It just, for the time being, it fits better. You just have a lot more flexibility with animation.
Yeah.
And just to make it's funny to say it, but you can kind of make it feel more realistic in animation than you can in live action because it's Ninja Turtle fighting turtle or ninja fighting turtles. Like it's this weird thing with a giant rat that teaches them, and like it's just this whole weird thing. So I'm happy that they're going back to the animation format. I'm happy that they're kind of taking freedom on previous things, but also taking inspiration from things that are currently working. I think it's going to work. I really do. Like,
I think it will too.
I think that they learned, and also they Nickelodeon or whoever produced it learned that don't get Michael Bay involved because then you get those two crap Bay movies, and you're going to be successful. So I have no doubt that it's going to be great because maybe not great, but like really, really good. And I think it's going to be start of a really cool franchise for Ninja Turtles, and Ninja Turtles are going to be back into the kind of, center of like this geekdom, because let's not forget that it's a major part of like geekdom and fandoms. Ninja Turtles is a huge property. Yeah. So if it's successful, like TMNT could take off much more than it is right now. It could really be a launch pad for a lot of cool things for this franchise.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I remember how much Spider-Verse, working out of middle school, how much that freaking exploded to the kids. Now they know Miles Morales' name more than they know Peter Parker. So this could be another thing where, I mean, look at Cobra Kai. Like the kids at work, they had never heard of the Karate Kid. Started watching Cobra Kai. Now they're obsessed with something and they go through everything. Still
never seen Karate Kid. Love me some Cobra Kai though.
Yeah. I think this could be, if it's as good as it looks, I mean, all you need is one good movie to launch a whole IP again for a new generation.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
And-
I can already see and hear the kids being like, Emma was so awesome, and then now they're gonna have like backpacks with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and
Do
stuff.
you know how many new Halloween costumes are going to be turtles?
Oh,
this year?
it's gonna be Ninja Turtles everywhere.
Yeah.
And people have mentioned it in the chat. I do like that Shredder isn't the main villain. He hasn't even been announced. I don't even think he's gonna be in it.
I don't think he is. I think
he'll be in it at the very end.
Which that's fine. Like if he's in the very end credits and that's who they announce as the big bad for the sequel, that's fine. But the fact that they aren't having Shredder as the main villain, because he has been for like every single.
I think it's going to be a Batman Begins situation where at the very end you saw the Joker card.
That's cool.
And that's all. And it teases like what's next, but he's not really mentioned. And maybe he ties into what's happening in this movie, but we won't find out until the second movie.
That's kosher with me.
Yeah, like I think it'll be very much like kind of like a Dark Knight trilogy where they save the big bad for the middle movie. And then if they get to a third, maybe it's him again on a long battle or something. But I agree.
Yeah, I'm with Chuck saying Stockman is the main. He thinks Stockman is the main villain. I mean, Giancarlo Esposito. 99%. Yeah, 99% of the times you're going to be the bad guy.
Yeah,
and Baxter Stockman is a bad guy of their franchise. So I mean, I would assume you'll have Bebop and Rocksteady maybe working for him, or them just being randos that are something. I mean, yeah, it's there. There's Shredder's not going to be in this at all.
Good. They should keep it that way. Sequel, that's fine. That's cool. But
yeah, if done right. Also, the people that are freaking out about April O'Neil being black, you guys
are people
literally. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
There was a point in the time where the comic she was black. So, like, what are we doing here?
People just get angry over the dumbest stuff.
Yeah, you're trying to claim it's woke, but it's literally source material, people. Like, it's do your research.
If I'm not mistaken, and I could be completely wrong on this, but I think the original April, like when she was first announced, she was black.
That's what
like
I'm saying.
in the first ever time we ever met April O'Neil, I'm pretty sure she was black.
Yeah, this is not a new thing. Like
people need to fucking go away.
Even if it was new, who cares? Like, cool, yeah. It's April O'Neil. Like,
Vapion, I would assume Stockman will start out as a human and then turn into the Fly. I'm assuming he's going to be doing some type of test or whatever, and then turn into the freaking Fly version. Gordon can't be worse than Megan Fox. Megan Fox wasn't hired for anything but looks.
Yeah, Gordon, we were. She was hired for us to look at her. Let's be honest.
Yeah, 100%. They were like, we're just gonna put her in here.
Yep.
Is Jeff Goldblum in this?
I think so. I'm pretty sure he is.
Is he really?
I could be wrong.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it in the slightest.
The cast is monstrous, so I wouldn't be surprised who else we see appear in this.
I mean, Seth Rogen could have just called people, hey, can you do this voice for this one part in the movie? Sure.
Cool.
Like, what are you gonna say? No? Like, I don't know. I'm excited. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was my jam. One of my jams when I was a wee baby. Oh, that's a good point too, Billy. There's no Casey Jones. That's probably, I would assume that's something they build up to also. They have stuff that they can definitely build up to. Like, you don't need to throw the freaking kitchen sink at the first iteration. Like, that, why?
Especially, although I will say that they have a lot of the kitchen sink in the first movie.
Hey,
they do, but
listen.
Mainstays, like everyone knows Shredder.
No, I know, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but they have. I mean, I'm looking at the character posters just to see all the characters. I mean, and it's Ray Fillet, Leatherhead, Rocksteady, Stockman,
I mean, that's going to be the second
Bebop.
into
Like
the
it's
Spider-Verse.
no, I know. I totally agree with you. And even the first Spider-Verse. I mean,
The first one, there was like
there was a lot in there.
Spider-Man.
So again, they're taking inspiration from something that's worked, and I'm all for it. I'm absolutely all for it. So.
Me too. Sign me up.
I mean, I also think that a good portion of these characters are characters that are probably going to be appearing. Let's say they do a trilogy, that are probably going to be in all three. Like Bebop and Rocksteady, I would assume are probably going to be in all three.
Well, and that's why it's animation, because you can keep characters around.
Yeah.
Live action, you'd be like, oh, they're one movie and done. That's basically what live action means. A lot of that time, anyway.
Yeah. Billy, middle finger right at you for that 40 comment.
Rude. What else we got on the docket? I think are those all of our
Haunted Mansion
for TMNT? Any more thoughts for TMNT?
Stoked. Sign me up.
Sign me up. We're all hyped.
August 4th is its release date.
Now on the flip side, something I'm not at all hyped for. The Haunted Mansion movie.
Wait, you're not hyped for it?
No. I was until I saw the trailer.
Really? I was the complete opposite.
I was hyped until I saw the trailer. Because I thought that this one was going to be a lot more on the horror spooky side. And this definitely feels like another Haunted Mansion comedy.
You thought it was going to be horror?
Yes. They already did a comedy version of
Well, Brian, she's not talking like evil.
The Haunted Mansion movie is going to be scary.
Brian, she's not talking like Evil Dead. She's just talking about like a little bit darker on the Disney.
I'm talking darker. I'm talking spooky. I'm talking more.
Which Disney's done. They've done that before.
They've done that with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, they've made serious movies like that.
There was little bits of comedy in there, but like it wasn't a comedy film. Like they already did a comedy version of Haunted Mansion, and it wasn't good.
I'm kind of with you, Jill. I'm kind of with you.
Like I was hyped for it, and now I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna see this until it's on Disney Plus. But
here's the thing.
And Jared Leto's in it. Stop putting Jared Leto in things.
I don't think he's really. Isn't he just? Is he just the Hatbox voice?
He's playing something. Yeah.
He's in it.
I don't think he's physically in it.
It doesn't matter though. His name's gonna be on the poster, and that's annoying.
I don't want him to touch anything.
Get him away from all of He's already gonna be ruining one of my favorite things. So
yeah, get out.
Look, I think that like I wasn't blown away by the trailer. I thought it looked good. You know,
I was not excited for it.
I am a little scared that it's gonna be similar to the Eddie Murphy movie. You know, obviously there's different people involved, and it's much more in line with what the ride is, which totally makes sense. You know, that's kind of what Disney's been trying to go for a while with their movies. I hope that it teeters that line a little bit. You know, I obviously Disney would never do just, you know, like Haunting of Bly Manor.
No, they're not going to.
They'll never ever do that. But to Jill's point, like they did make 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies that had very dark, serious moments with death and stuff, and so they are willing to go there for the right stuff. And I mean, the ride itself, you know, it's pretty dark. Like it's a darker ride that Disney has. You know, it's not just something you go throw your kids on and be like, okay, enjoy this for 30 minutes. It's some kids are terrified of it.
I was hoping they were gonna do something similar storyline wise to the manor in Euro Disney, because their ride is actually like legit terrifying, and it has an entire story with it. It's about like the bride who got left at the altar, and like the father wouldn't let her marry the guy, and it's like this. It's a huge, beautiful story, and I was hoping it was going to be
kind of how this is. The bride
But like it should just be that. I don't want another family in the house. Like I don't want this whole thing of them we already got that in the first movie. Like I like the change of now that it's like a mother and son and like that's cute. I like that. You can never go wrong with Danny DeVito, but like I feel like it's the exact same story that we got in the last one from
Very
what
similar.
I saw in the trailer.
It's
and
very
like
similar.
or like, or give me the story of like if it was the story of the ghosts that haunt it before they died. Like, give me a Constance Hatchaway story of how she lops off the heads of her husbands and then they end up haunting this mansion. Like,
That'd
do
be
that.
Wild. That'd be wild.
Like, you know, like I don't know.
Kids Disney movie.
But like,
yeah, but Brian, that isn't always the case.
No,
that is
Pirates
not
of the
always the
Caribbean
case.
is a PG-13, but all of the Pirates movies
Yeah,
are.
but you also have to think. I mean, how are you going to do? I mean, pirates is you associate pretty much already bad things with pirates, so it's like
you don't associate bad things with a haunted house.
I mean,
where one of the rooms is literally about a lady with a hatchet who chops the heads off of her husbands and takes all of their money. Like, it's literally in the ride.
I think that, yes, it does look like the exact same movie. However, I think that this time they're going to try to play to the theme of the things going on in the ride, because there was a lot of crap. Yeah, but it wasn't too much in the Eddie Murphy one. This one had a lot. Like,
but that I'm also scared of, because there's so much. They're going to be showing so much different things going on where it's just going to be this incohesive mess. Like, I don't know.
I'm excited for it. I think it looks good. I wasn't excited until I saw the trailer.
I'm so opposite, and I'm so disappointed. And I'm like sad about it because I love the Haunted Mansion. It's like,
you honestly thought that they were gonna make this scary?
Not like oh my god, I'm terrified, but like a PG-13 style scary movie.
I mean, I knew it wasn't gonna be like that the second they said the cast.
I didn't think it was well. Owen Wilson, like, sure, there'll be like comedy bits in it, but I didn't think it was gonna be like
Owen Wilson and what's her name? The second I heard her name, I knew it wasn't.
But you can argue the fact that Jim Carrey's been in some great dramas in his life too. You know.
Name. I'm drawing a freaking
Amy Lee Curtis.
No, the comedian lady.
Tiffany Haddish.
See, yes. When Jamie Lee Curtis was announced, when Jamie Lee was announced to be in the cast, I lost my fucking mind. I was so freaking hyped.
You know why? Because what is her nickname? Does anybody know her actual nickname? What they call her?
Queen.
Yep.
The Scream Queen. So I was like, cool, this is going to be spooky. And it's going to be great. It's Jamie Lee Curtis.
As bad as the Yoda, though, you thought she was going to be the scary...
Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
It's like, look, I never, like, I didn't expect it to be like a horror movie, but I definitely kind of wanted Disney to, you know, not make the same movie, obviously, but also just kind of teeter the line a little bit. Like, try something. You know, if you're making a second movie, a movie that didn't go well the first time, like, it was okay, didn't make a ton of money, it was years and years and years ago, why basically go for the same thing? And you know, just different casts, a little bit of a different story, but kind of the same story, you know. And it's also like, I get that they're basing it off of the ride, but at the same time, like, Pirates of the Caribbean, it was based on the idea of the ride. It wasn't based off of the ride. Mm-hmm. It was a completely different story. I don't want the ride story. Like, yeah, I want it to be called Haunted Mansion, but I don't want the ride story because I have the ride. It's the same conversation we have with like the animated live action movies. Like, I don't need an exact interpretation of the animated movie because we have that animated movie.
Yeah, you literally just said the opposite with Pokemon, though.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
He said he wanted a training. He didn't want.
I wanted a training movie. I didn't want an Ash movie. I said it could have been anything.
But on Twitter, you said you wanted an Ash thing. Where's our Ash?
Did you? Did you not hear what I
did,
said
but
when
I'm
I
just
first
saying-
came in?
You had a
I
whole-
literally
But
said,
I'm also
I
saying
literally
that you
said
did-
I'm
and
bring.
I'm also saying that you still did say that. I mean, that's still a thing. I mean, I'm with you. I get it. It's who wants to do the same
It's like
thing?
you literally weren't listening when I came in and talked about the Ash
Okay.
stuff.
I just
Whatever.
think they should have done they should have gone a different angle with it. Like it just seems too similar to the first one story wise, and like sure this one might be a little bit more serious and a little bit more maybe a little bit more spooky, but like I said, I think they should have done either like a Constant Hatchaway story, or how did the Hatbox Ghost become the Hatbox Ghost? Like that I'd be cool with, as long as it wasn't Jared Leto who played him. But like that I would be cool with, because like no one knows he's there, but no one knows his story. Like what's his deal? So like I don't know. They could have done so much more with it. I'm the Disney person. I know all my Haunted Mansion lore. There's a lot that they could have done. And I think it's just, I don't know.
Disney makes interesting decisions sometimes. They're banking on the movie for sure, because they moved the release date up from August to July. I think June or July, and it's a prime summer season. It took Captain Marvel's release date, which I think was the middle of July.
You think you would want the Haunted Mansion closer to fall?
Yeah, but like sometimes they make like Christmas movies are usually in November. Like it's this weird thing they do.
Like close to Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know why they did it. I mean, I know that Captain Marvel got pushed back to October, so why not put Haunted Mansion there? I don't know. It's an interesting choice. They're obviously banking on the movie making a lot of money. If it's in a July release date, so I don't know. I'm gonna go see it. I hope it's good, but I'm also kind of expecting it just kind of happen and us move on. And I think if this movie doesn't do well, we kind of have to stop making movies based on rides.
It's going to be the nail in the coffin for sure.
Pirates of the Caribbean is the only ride that makes sense for like a franchise. Like, sure, you can maybe
make sense for a franchise. You just have to do it right.
Yeah, like there are some other things that you can definitely like.
You know what they should do with Haunted Mansion? They should do like shorts on Disney Plus that tells the stories of all the different ghosts in the Haunted Mansion. That's what they should do, and it would probably do really well.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel came out with that special presentation where it's like a 45-minute to an hour story.
Like,
there you go.
Like, just do little shorts. Like, it could be little animated shorts about the ghosts that are in the Haunted Mansion. Boom, done.
I'd be all for that.
You don't need to do a movie.
Here you go, Jill. Do a Star Wars Visions of Haunted Mansion.
Of the ghosts of the Haunted Mansion. Like, that's what she like. That's do it in different animation styles. Like Disney. I'll give you my address so you can send me my royalties check.
Oh, Blake, you are correct. Jungle Cruise was actually surprisingly
okay.
good.
I really did like.
I really, really, really liked Jungle Cruise. I agree with that.
I was pleasantly surprised by Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, I'm actually very happy with that movie.
Do we need a sequel?
No, we don't. But they're gonna do one because it made money. Oh. I mean, at least I think they're still doing it. I know they announced it a while ago, but I don't know if they're still doing it or not. But yeah, I mean, outside that, like sure, you can do one on something like Thunder Mountain Railroad, but it wouldn't be about a railroad. It'd be something.
Like they were.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe they scrapped it when Tomorrowland
I know someone in the chat mentioned the Matterhorn. That would just be a Yeti movie, essentially.
That would be a Yeti movie.
It'd be a Yeti movie, and we kind of already have had that with like Monsters Inc. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's do another Tower of Terror movie. How about that?
Do another Tower of Terror. Are they doing another Tower of Terror?
Yeah,
that's super.
The one that's doing it.
Who?
That's oh yeah, Scarlett Johansson. That's right, ScarJo. That's right.
Oh.
Okay. She's got like hardcore Disney's approval on stuff now.
Well, yeah, she's like, yeah. Okay, well.
Oh, it's still happening though. Let's see.
I was gonna say I haven't heard anything about it. like that one's fine. But again, you gotta like it's tough when you it was a kind of a blessing and a curse that Pirates of the Caribbean was as good as it was. Because then, of course, Disney went, we need to make all the movies of all the rides. Then it's like, no, you really don't. You really don't, though. But
agreed. Apparently, and I don't think this is official, but apparently Taika Waititi might direct Tower of Terror.
Okay, I would watch that. I'll watch anything that's
and Josh Cooley, who has done some Toy Story scripts, wrote the script.
Is Jared Leto in it?
Jared Leto is not in it.
Okay, then I'll see it.
Oh yeah, Josh Cooley, who did Inside Out.
Oh, gross.
Toy Story
okay,
4.
now I don't want to see it anymore. And so he did Inside Out, which is my most hated Pixar film, and Toy Story 4.
Yeah, but okay, Jill, you might hate them, but the scripts are good. Like they're very good scripts.
I didn't like it. Okay, I'll argue.
Well, I'm with you.
Thank you.
Well, Brian has hate out for Toy Story 4, but
I hate Toy Story 4 and Inside Out was meh.
Yeah, no, I agree. But Taika Waititi, I'll watch anything that has Taika Waititi attached to it. Can they can they film it like a What We Do in the Shadows, but have it be Tower of Terror? Can we do that? Like,
that would be super cool.
That I'll allow that kind of comedy. I'll allow the dry humor kind of. Like, I'll allow that.
Do you two remember the TV movie Tower of Terror?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, with what's her name from Spider-Man?
Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Steve Guttenberg and Kirsten Dunst.
Mm-hmm. You used to be able to buy it in the little gift shop.
That movie came out in 1997. That's how long ago that was. 1997.
We're old.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see about Haunted Mansion. I just hope it's successful. Otherwise, I honestly, I'll be honest here for a second. I'm kind of partly hoping that it's not successful, and I don't ever wish that companies fail, but maybe it would kind of break check Disney into making original stories again, or going back to some franchises that they haven't. That they've tried and haven't been successful at, but that can be successful. Like I know that I keep harping at it and whatnot, and I know we're getting a movie, but it's taken 13 years to make another Tron. Like that's a franchise ripe to make stories. Why are we going to?
That's another one that would be great to be as a television series.
Well, they made a great animated show.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh, was it on Disney XD?
It was.
Okay, I remember.
They made it. It was two. I think it was 2 seasons, and it was great. It was a great animated show. Yeah.
The issue with Disney right now is take Strange World, for example, which if you guys don't know, Strange World was a brand new animated original Disney movie that came out in theaters. And they shit the bed with the marketing and didn't market it at all. It
came out Thanksgiving weekend and it made more money.
Thanksgiving weekend, it had a very diverse cast of characters. I think it had it was very, very diverse cast. It was great, but they shit the bed with the marketing, and then this is what Disney does: is they'll be like, "Oh, well, I guess we can't do that anymore because it didn't work out." It's like, well, because you guys didn't market it. It's like, did you plan for that to happen so you guys don't have to do like original stuff anymore? Like,
did either of you see it? By the way,
no.
I liked it a lot. See, I really liked it a lot. It might have been to many people, but I caught it just over the past maybe like 2 months.
I need to check
maybe back in like January, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very creative and different. It wasn't perfect, but I think I liked it just because it's not connected to anything that we know. And Disney, for some reason, I think Disney
don't need a Frozen 3.
Well, hold on a second, Jill. Don't diss my girl Elsa. I watched Frozen. I watched Frozen as I went to bed last night. So
would you take Tangled too?
No, because they have a really good Tangled animated series. I don't need a Tangled sequel. The animated series is really good. It's really cute. They don't need a movie. Like, the series is great. That's all. I'm golden. I don't need a Tangled 2. Because if they make a sequel of my favorite movie and it's garbage, I'm not gonna be happy about it.
So I'm okay with Disney or Pixar because it's kind of I'm mixing the two together here. I'm okay with them doing like one, maybe two sequels if it's a franchise that really deserves a
Toy
trilogy,
Story should have
like a
stopped.
Toy Story trilogy, right?
Toy Story
Or
should stop at
trilogy.
I really, no, I agree. I don't think that there was necessary to make a 4, and now they're doing a 5. I think The Incredibles is one that deserves a trilogy. I think Monsters Inc. is
Incredibles
perfect
deserves
at
trilogy.
2. I think Cars was only a 1, but they went to 3. Like, they've made these very odd decisions, and then there's movies like, and thank you, chat, for backing me up on this. There's movies like Atlantis, which I know I got a sequel, but they didn't push for a sequel.
It
and
was
then Treasure Planet.
A sequel. It was more of we're trying to make it a TV show.
Yes, and so I just like I'm okay when they do sequels, but sometimes they just reach too far for too many stars,
Yeah.
and they go for the absolute banger when they don't need to, because they are really good. Like some of recently some of the great original movies that we can talk about that Disney or Pixar has done. I really love Onward. I think Onward is great. I think it's a really good original movie that people don't talk about enough.
Onward. I thought it was all right. I need to rewatch
Raya and the Last Dragon is another one that
Raya.
people is incredible. Soul, I think, is one that's incredible. You know, there was one that was just recent. Turning Red. There's another one. I would put A Strange World in there personally, but they were like too much in the whole remake or sequel business, and they're kind of starting to go back to that a little bit. Like, and that's in live action and animation. They have so many franchises they don't touch as far as the live action side that they could touch that they're not doing, and then they can also come up with great ideas that can be live action they're not doing. I don't get it, but
do we need another live action Peter Pan?
No, there's like 6 of them.
It looks cute, but like I don't think we needed another Peter Pan.
No, there's like 6 of them, and it's this. We've seen the story before. Like, we've seen it a million times.
Yeah. Like, I did like, so while I wasn't the biggest fan of the movie, I did like how Maleficent was like, it's Sleeping Beauty, but like, it's really not. Like, I did
that.
I did too, because it was Maleficent, and Maleficent's not supposed to have a good guy backstory. But like, you got to.
But they made her an anti-hero.
They made her an anti-hero, which she should never be. But they did do an original story from a well-known IP, so like that I dug. But like, it should have been another villain besides Maleficent, because Maleficent should never have a good guy backstory. But I digress.
Okay, question for the class. And obviously this is kind of banking on like what we know of Disney. If they gave you the keys to make one movie right now, what would it be?
Like, based off of something?
Just in, like, I know that it's hard to say like an original movie because we would be coming up with the whole idea. But yeah, based on something that park, TV show, made in the past, something that you've been wanting for a long time, that you know Disney has the rights to, that we're not getting.
They were supposed to do a Jack and the Beanstalk inspired film that got scrapped. They had like the title, they had everything written out and like storyboarded and everything. They were pretty far along. That got scrapped. I'm with Chuck.
Roger Rabbit 2 is a good answer.
That one scares me.
It's a good answer.
That would scare me. I would be afraid it would.
They try too hard.
Into Space Jam 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, thankfully Disney's not Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers fucks everything up.
I know, but that, I mean, I don't know.
Give me. I'm a sucker for the princess movies. Give me like.
That's a good answer.
Rocketeer 2. Give me.
They're doing the Rocket. They're rebooting it.
They're rebooting it. I don't think it's a sequel though.
No, but
well, it could be a sequel. Why? A new person just picks it up. I mean, we're so far in the future from the original.
Blake, quick, Kim Possible theatrically released movie.
Yeah. That's good. That is very good.
Oh,
that's a good answer.
I actually thought the Disney Channel live action movie was really cute. I thought it was cute. I enjoyed it.
I'm also with Andy. I would cancel this Lilo and Stitch.
I am not entirely opposed to that if they go the route of like. If the aliens like how they did Sonic the Hedgehog, like, fine. but I have a feeling they're going to make Stitch look like garbage.
Yeah. I'm not even the biggest fan of Lilo and Stitch to begin with.
The movie's great, but it just kind of gets lost in the fold a little bit. You know?
What
would be everyone's one answer though? One answer.
Jones would be the live action Prince of Egypt.
I just got that question asked in a certain.
That's DreamWorks, but
just a certain trivia match that was just participated in. That there was a question asked about that movie.
I
would like them to right the wrong of Toy Story 4. Personally,
that's not what I asked.
You asked what I would want them to do. That's what I want them to do.
So
make a Toy Story 5 where they fix 4. That's what I want.
I think that's what they're doing. Don't quote me on that.
4 was bullshit.
4 was bullshit. I agree. Although I like Forky because Forky is the one Disney character I can relate to because I am also trash.
Have you watched his little shorts? They're so funny.
I love Forky. Forky is the only good thing to come out of Toy Story 4.
I actually do I want Disney to do it though? I was gonna say I would like them to but modernize the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
They were supposed to, but I think they canceled it.
But I don't know if I want Disney to do it though. Actually, now that I think about it,
that'd be dope.
It would be kind of cool to do like a more scarier version, like not Disney.
I like that. I'd be down for that.
I'm trying to think.
A Princess and the Pea inspired. Like I'm trying to think of like random folklores that haven't been done yet. Another rescue.
No, I'm good on that.
No, the second one was great. Let's keep it where the two are good. Robin Hood. We've had so many Robin Hood variations.
Well, we've never had a Disney. Like we've had Robin Hood, but we've never had an actual Disney Robin Hood.
Like an actual person Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm. Now it's always been other companies who has the proper or have the rights to the property.
There are
gargoyles.
Gargoyles would be dope.
There are a couple Disney movies that I know people don't want like them to keep making like the animated movies into real, but there are a couple that I think would work really well if they did that.
There's two that come to mind.
Atlantis should be number one on their list because it is not.
I actually think Treasure Planet would make a better.
I've never seen
live
Treasure
action
Planet,
movie,
so I don't know.
I agree with Atlantis too. I think Atlantis.
You might have to this month, Brian.
I think Atlantis could, if done right, could translate ginormous for them because Atlantis is almost kind of culty favorite.
Oh, like, it is.
It's not.
I'm part of that cult.
Yeah, it's not one of the ones that like casual people immediately it comes to mind. Like you think of the princess movies or I don't even
Lion King,
Lion King, that type of stuff. So you could almost kind of like make that movie for the first time in a way. Like obviously there is still going to be a large, decent portion of people that have seen that movie and enjoy it. But it is one of those Disney movies, a la like a Treasure Planet, that is not up to the level of Lion King or something like that. So I think that one is like here.
Yeah, it's literally. I think if they did a live action Atlantis, if they did it right, it could be just as good, if not better, than a Pirates of the Caribbean.
I agree. 100% agree.
Yeah.
Because you could turn that crew of characters into them searching for other things around the world.
Yeah. You could do so much with it. And if they did
Someone
it right,
mentioned it.
Someone mentioned the next Pirates.
Like you can like have them searching for Atlantis, and you can even change the title of the movie and you can say blah 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 Atlantis the Lost Empire, and then you can say like blah blah blah
or whatever the hell.
Yeah, and then you can say like blah 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 the search for El Dorado or something. Like there's a treasure you can
That's what someone in the chat was like, have the Atlantis crew.
Yeah, like you could that's an easy franchise that is just waiting to be made, and I'm just shocked that it's really taken them this long. To answer my own question, I would love for them to attempt again at John Carter. I would love to see more John Carter.
They never will.
And I think personally that they can jump right in from what the previous movie did. I think that the movie is so much better than people give it credit for. I don't understand why Disney does this. They give us these movies and they just like shelve them, and they're great properties.
It's one of the biggest cinematic flops.
It's so stupid, though. It is so stupid.
But they sunk the flop.
They did, yeah. They did it themselves by not calling it John Carter of Mars, just calling it John Carter.
Yeah.
Morons.
The marketing for it was not good.
Yeah.
Kanan Bowling.
No.
That movie is so like Big Hero 6 is so perfect that I kind of don't want them to touch it.
And they did a series. They did a Big Hero 6 television series.
That's true.
I don't need a sequel to Big Hero 6. I don't need Big Hero 7. I don't need that.
It's just for me, it's just so perfect that I don't want them to touch it. And aren't they doing a Baymax show?
They already did.
It's like little shorts or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not doing a full-on series. It's like little shorts.
Another movie, which is funny because I haven't even seen it, that I think is kind of like Atlantis, where it's like, here, make this live action because it will probably do really well. The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh my god!
As live action?
Yes.
I mean, I've never seen it, so I don't know. But
never.
We've gone over this one.
I thought you saw it though.
No.
Oh my god, Brian.
I just think, I mean, that seems like
Stardew live action, Oliver and Company is just Oliver the musical.
I mean,
I
can absolutely see that movie being made. Like the singing and all that.
You don't even need the singing. You wouldn't even need the singing for a live action Hunchback.
It's very Haunted Mansion. You can turn it into a dark story.
With Frollo, it would need to be a dark story. Like
who's Frollo, the bad guy?
Yeah. He's terrifying because he's like actually like that person could live now and today, like, and those type of people are actually like walking amongst us. That's what makes him so terrifying.
There's one that wasn't originally their rights, but it's obviously on the list and it's already being made. But I'm so happy they're doing Percy Jackson. Like, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God which I love. I love that it's a TV series, and it could definitely be a movie series. But I love that they're going to take their time with it, and it's already confirmed to have a season 2 coming as well. Super, super excited.
As someone that is currently reading those books and just watched the movie for the first time, holy crap! Did Disney do the Percy Jackson movie?
No,
I believe 20th Century Fox did, which they got the rights from. I'm
going to tell you, as someone that had just read the book and just watched the movie, they probably used maybe 15% of that book. And the rest was either left out or completely made up. I was absolutely floored at how much they just passed over or completely changed. Like, they legitimately changed the story of that book.
Ew.
Completely. So like, and to be completely honest, I don't see how that movie or this franchise can be anything but a TV show. Like, Disney is genius for making this a TV show and not movie, because there's just too much. There's too much in these books to try to cram into. If it's
2
a
hours.
Disney movie, probably no more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that. Don't watch.
Absolutely not, Kanan. Sorry.
If Disney,
no, I want Harry Potter. Potter to take it needs to stop.
The question is, if Disney acquired WB, how do you feel about a Harry Potter reboot?
Well, they would have to go through the witch who owns everything. So
that's If we can kick her to the curb, great.
Yeah. If she was completely out of the picture, golden.
Yeah, kick her to the curb. Love it.
Well, it's the same conversation we have with Star Wars. Star Wars stories don't only take place during the Skywalker saga. Harry Potter stories don't only take place when Harry Potter's alive. There
Yeah,
are
it's still the
hundreds of
universe.
years of stories that you can tell.
It's still the universe, and you'd still have to go through her, unfortunately.
No, I'm sure, but I'm saying just like if like they gave her if she gave the okay for someone to make a Harry Potter movie, you don't have to just stay in Harry Potter's life.
No,
like there is so much story you can tell.
Yeah.
I have been saying this for years. They need to do a TV show version of how Hogwarts was formed and made.
The founders.
It would be, everyone knows what Hogwarts is, but you could still just create a whole different thing. All you need is 5 simple things. Hogwarts and the 4 house creators.
Yeah.
Everything else, you can do whatever the hell you want. But you need to cut the head off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, before you get people.
Yeah. That's franchise won't be touched until
it'll be touched, but
I'd rather it be shelved than have stories about Harry Potter again, if I'm being honest.
I don't blame I mean, yeah, right now. Yeah.
I don't need any more Harry Potter movies.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather them not make anything rather than have Harry in the front.
They need to go backwards in time.
Yep.
At least 200 to 300 years,
yep,
if not more.
Go before everything Dumbledore, because I'm tired of having his story. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
and she ruined that one too.
No character, unless it's a creature like an elf or something. No, if they're gonna make that, no character that's alive in the Harry Potter world should be alive in whatever they're doing.
Aren't there rumors going around that they're creating a Hogwarts Legacy television series?
I don't know.
Yeah, but what would you base it on? It's just an open world game, isn't it?
No, there's a story.
Oh, no, it's a whole thing.
Honestly, like the only thing that and this is coming from a non-Harry Potter fan, so I apologize to anybody in the chat who might get offended by this, but the only thing that I care about in the Harry Potter world would be seeing the founders. That is the only thing I
which is what Brian is. Yeah.
That is like why would you tell any other story? Like, of course there's things that happen, but like I want to see the beginning of it all. It's the same, and it's not the beginning exactly, but it's like the same thing I have with Star Wars of like I want to see the Knights of the Old Republic.
Luke doesn't need to be in everything. We don't need a Skywalker in everything.
I don't need everything to be based around the Skywalker saga. Like, I want to see something that's completely brand new in time, that someone can have the absolute freedom to do it. Because if you go that far back in Harry Potter, JK, like maybe she wrote little tidbits and notes, but it's a completely new world for someone to play in. And it's not based on a book or a book within a book, and has like these boundaries to go off of. Like, it's just completely open and brand new to play with.
Actually, I take that back. I mean, Grant, my love will always be for them doing a founding of Hogwarts. Give me one of the other 6 schools.
Like an
Give me another wizarding school. Why not? Literally, the only thing that is known other than the one in America is the name, and I think that's it.
Well, bad ones.
And where they are.
Oh.
Why not? Why do we have? I mean, you don't have to stay at Hogwarts. Yes, Hogwarts is the namesake school, but
I take mine back too, actually, because you guys know what I'm going to answer with.
What?
Quidditch.
Yep.
Oh, I mean that'd be fun.
Give me a Quidditch series based around a team of, or like one of the teams or something. It'd be so fire.
Give me in the vein of a Ted Lasso type style, like where it's like, I personally would want a little bit more like focus on the sports, but people are gonna be like, oh, give me
the varsity blues of Quidditch.
Give me the Friday Night Lights of Quidditch.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Give me the Remember the Titans of Quidditch. Come on.
Oh, okay. Tell me you wouldn't be interested in another Hogwarts school or another Wizarding World school that is either, I mean, we know of the common folk would know of the three, which is Hogwarts, Beauxbatons, and Drumstrang. So there's three. But I mean, you could Beauxbatons, you can go to France. Drumstrang, you can go to.
Drumstrang is in
Bulgaria.
Like Norway
area.
Yeah.
Okay, you Harry Potter nerds, where are you at? It's Bulgaria.
I said Bulgaria.
That's right. And then
I'm better at this than you were.
And then you can go with either something in you could do the North America one.
Overmorning.
They've got one in Uganda in Africa.
That's
you
cool.
can go to you can do the one in Japan.
Is there a Viking Harry Potter world?
No, that's the Drumstrang essentially. And then there's one in central Brazil.
Ooh.
So you basically one on each continent. Like, it'd be dope. Like,
yeah.
I mean, and if you ever are bored, check out like the descriptions of the other schools. Like, I think the Japan one is like floats in the clouds above Mount Fuji.
Okay. So, wait a second. Stopping this conversation. Where is our Sky High sequel, Disney?
Oh,
Disney.
okay. That's
Disney.
what I want.
Where is our Sky High sequel?
If I'm
you said floating school, and I immediately went to Sky High. Disney,
if I'm getting a sequel,
give
I've never seen
High.
High.
Give
Sky
me Sky High right now,
They
please.
were supposed to do a sequel, and they didn't, and they need
What
to.
the frick, man?
I've never seen Sky High, so.
Oh my God, Brian, you love Sky High.
Okay, I take that back. It's on a volcanic island in the southern tropical region.
Doesn't matter. We heard the conversation. Where's Sky High? Where is Sky High?
And there's one in Russia, but we don't need that one, right?
We don't need to be the Russians. Yeah.
Sorry.
They can just be erased from existence.
They can.
Well, they're actually very villainous according to the.
They're villainous in every story.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I just think. I mean, it's right there.
We don't need to go to the Russian school. That's fine.
No, we can just.
Is there a Ukrainian school? I'll go to the Ukrainian school.
Yeah, just make the Russian school in Ukraine. There you go. Yeah,
Never mind.
Turn it into a Ukraine school.
The one in Africa is built into the side of a mountain that above a cloud.
That's dope.
So, yeah.
So back to Sky High. Royal Pain, I love you. Call me.
He's too busy with Obi-Wan Kenobi right now.
She is too busy with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Damn it. Oh,
she's too busy cheating on her husband with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sorry.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead plays the villain Royal Pain at Sky High.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's Danielle Panabaker. It's Kurt Russell. The cast is bonkers, man. It's good.
It's great.
We should make that a.
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. Apologies. Yes, I forgot about him. Farva. You have Farva as the bus driver from Super Troopers.
Linda Carter.
Look, like how cool would this be? The one that's in Brazil is in the Amazon rainforest, and it's basically El Dorado. It's like
I was gonna say, I'm sure the one in Brazil is freaking stunning.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm sorry. I know I keep going back to Harry Potter, but it's just so.
We can't talk about it anymore.
I know. Yes, I'm canceled. Sorry,
Andy. If you're saying wait really to our Sky High conversation, yes. And if you have not seen Sky High, stop what you're doing and
that's a watch-along film.
Jake, if you had to choose between me watching Sky High or Treasure Planet, what would you pick?
Treasure Planet.
I'd say Sky High.
You know what, Jill? Well, we can just mute you. Treasure Planet.
Sky High. Treasure Planet's close, but I'd say
they're both like an hour and a half. Just watch them both.
Yeah, they're both really quick.
Yeah, they're both quick.
And then should I just throw Hunchback on top of it too?
Yeah, make it a trilogy.
There's got to be something else you haven't seen that we'd lose our mind over.
Name classic Disney movies.
All of them.
Sure. I wouldn't consider any of those classic Disney.
Yeah,
movies.
those aren't really classic.
Did you ever see Meet the Robinsons?
Okay.
You've seen Atlantis, right?
Okay.
Yes. You challenged me to Atlantis.
Thank God. Just start with Treasure Planet and start with Sky High, and we'll go from
Cool
there.
Runnings. I've never seen Cool.
You might have to.
Runnings.
You might need to watch one or the other just because of a certain thing happening this month.
Well, why don't you?
Should we reveal it or should I not?
I mean, it's.
That's up to you.
I guess I was gonna put it on Patreon today, but I got really busy at work. So for our patrons watching, I guess I'll say it here, and I'll just put it on Patreon tomorrow. We have our bar trivia locked in, everybody, and we are going back to the Disney experimental age, and our bar trivia will be on Atlantis: The Lost Empire, Treasure Planet, and Meet the Robinsons. Those will be the 3 movies for this month's bar trivia. Why? Because it is my birthday month, technically. It is my choice, and I gladly brought Jill into the conversation for Meet the Robinsons. So, Atlantis: The Lost Empire, Treasure Planet, and Meet the Robinsons, bless you, will be our bar trivia movie picks for this month. Get to studying, folks. Get to studying. And it'll be at the end of the month, so you guys have plenty of time.
I have seen 2 of those 3. Interesting.
We added a third just there's a little bit more fluidity with questions.
That is the best part of the whole movie. Got big head and little arms. I'm trying to think of any of the
Thank you.
crazy Disney movies that's like.
Wait, Blake, quick! What's your Patreon name?
Are you in the Discord, Blake?
Yeah, I didn't see you. Oh, wait, hold on. There was someone that just joined the other day with a funny name.
Oh, were you the one that we've been trying to figure out?
Were you swimming? Are you quick swimming, I think is the name?
Well,
that makes
quick
sense.
is in the name. That would make sense.
I think you're quick. Is it quick swimming? Is that what it is? Swimming in circles? It's got to be Blake.
Don't know who you are. Name yourselves. Drop it in the chat.
I know, because we've been trying.
We're like, who is this? Who are you? Thank you.
Just as a reminder, in case we go too long, swimming in circles. There we go. And I couldn't find Discord. Oh, Blake, I'll send it to you. I'll make sure you're in there.
Got you.
Just as a reminder, because I technically came in late and I'm kind of just a panelist tonight. Jill, you are closing tonight, so just.
Oh. Well.
And Brian's clicking buttons, so
I'm looking through.
No wonder why we went for an hour and a half. I didn't realize I had that responsibility. Well, with that, before
who opened? Wait, who opened?
We just sat in silence for about 2 seconds.
Oh,
we forgot.
Because I was like, we didn't discuss who was going to open this.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we weren't sure.
Well, before we go on another tangent about food or mystical things, this has been another edition. No, I said another edition of A Certain Point of View. It was happy hour with Jill and Brian for a little bit because it was just the 2 of us for like 2 seconds.
And we were talking food.
And we were talking about food because we don't know how to stay in a singular lane.
No.
We don't know what we're doing.
Always all over.
This has been, hope y'all enjoyed it. We had a very active chat today. Jake Berlin, where can the good people find you?
At Qui-Gon Jake, 2 N's, because someone else took it before I did. On Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. I don't want to boast about myself, but I just had a video hit 100,000 views on TikTok, which is kind of cool. And it was about Planet of the Apes, which I'm so psyched about because I love talking about Planet of the Apes. Apocalypse movies with Brian. Tomorrow's kind of up in the air at the moment because the other people didn't watch what we were supposed to watch, and now we have to change the plans of the show. So
I thought you were talking about Last of Us. I was like, what?
No, for Apocalypse, we are going to do a Creed 3 discussion. A bunch of us weren't able to see it, so it's going to be something else tomorrow. But tomorrow, 5 o'clock Pacific. I was at a wedding all weekend. No.
Oh, I thought you. For some reason, I swear you said you were seeing it tomorrow with.
No, I was at a wedding all weekend, so I wasn't able to. Tomorrow, episode 8 of The Last of Us, 5 o'clock Pacific, right here. What an incredible episode of that show! My God.
No, we need to push the time because I need to talk about it.
We can't push the time.
I don't think we can.
I don't think we can push the. Brian, you'll be there for the finale.
But this episode was so good.
Hi, Sean. And then we'll be back later this month for some other stuff. Check out the Patreon as well. A lot of cool things. We just mentioned bar trivia. There's going to be a really fun poll for the watch along too because it's my birthday month poll. So look out for that.
Brian.
Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. Food, Pokemon, tangents. Nice work,
Thank
y'all.
you. Thank you for the super chat to everyone as well. Thank you.
Thank you for everyone who dropped super chats. We love and appreciate it.
Bia Valsino, Twitter, Instagram. My book cult on Goodreads. I'm up to 9. We are taking over. Pockflix, and that's it.
And mine is
also, I've slowly been kind of like wanting to do the Twitch thing for.
I'm down
Brian,
for POV Twitch.
I was going to ask you about it next week because you're busy this week. So we'll talk about it. And Andy, just so you know, there may or may not be a Patreon post later this week about Avatar. So boom.
That's a good movie. What Chuck just said. I haven't seen that movie.
Ghosty Racer. Anyway, before we go on more,
may or may not be in the poll. Who knows?
My-
Brian, don't forget your clicky buttons.
I'm Jilly Marie, 2 Y's, 2 E's on Twitter and Instagram. You can see me there making food sometimes, drinking a lot of alcohol.
And planning a wedding.
And planning a goddamn wedding. But yeah, this has been another episode of A Certain Point of View, and we will see y'all tomorrow for The Last of Us. But until then, have a good night, everybody. Bye!